Senate passes Trump-backed government funding deal. What happens next? 10-minute USA News script. Intro, midnight to 040. Today, a major development out of Washington. The U.S. Senate has passed a Trump-backed government funding deal, pushing it one step closer to becoming law. The bill now heads to the House of Representatives, where intense debate is expected. While supporters say the deal prevents a government shutdown and strengthens federal enforcement, Democrats are pushing back, demanding major changes, especially around federal law enforcement practices. This funding deal has quickly become a flashpoint in a national debate over policing, civil liberties, and federal power. What the bill does, 040 to 2 o'clock. The funding package is designed to keep the federal government operating, covering budgets for agencies, including Homeland Security and federal law enforcement units. Former President Donald Trump and his allies argue the bill is necessary to maintain law and order, secure borders, and ensure federal agencies have the resources they need. Republicans supporting the bill say it delivers stability, prevents chaos, and avoids a shutdown that could impact millions of Americans, from military paychecks to airport security. But Democrats say how enforcement is carried out matters just as much as funding itself. Democrats push back 2 to 2:30. Democratic lawmakers have attached 3 major demands they say must be addressed before the bill becomes law. These demands focus on accountability, oversight, and use of force by federal agents. Let's break them down one by one. Demand number 1. End roving patrols by federal agents, 2:30 to 4 o'clock. First, Democrats are calling for an end to roving patrols conducted by federal agents, particularly in cities and protest areas. They argue that when federal agents operate without clear identification or local coordination, it creates fear, confusion, and mistrust among the public. Past deployments, especially during protests, sparked controversy.
When agents were accused of detaining people without clear cause, Democrats say federal agents should not act like a roaming force outside of clearly defined missions. They want strict limits, transparency, and coordination with local authorities. Republicans, however, argue these patrols are sometimes necessary to protect federal property and maintain order during emergencies. Demand number 2. Same use of force standards as state and local police for o'clock to 6 o'clock. The second demand focuses on use of force. Democrats want federal agents held to the same standards as state and local law enforcement. That means consistent rules for when force can be used, how it's justified, and how incidents are reviewed. Supporters of this demand say having different standards creates loopholes and reduces accountability. If a local police officer must follow certain rules, Democrats argue federal agents should follow the same playbook. Opponents counter that federal agents often face different threats and responsibilities, requiring more flexibility in dangerous situations. This debate goes to the heart of a long-standing question in America. Should federal law enforcement operate under stricter oversight or broader authority? Demand number 3. Body cameras must be worn and turned on 6 o'clock to 7:40. The third demand may be the most widely supported by the public. Mandatory body cameras for federal agents worn and turned on during operation. Democrats say body cameras protect both civilians and officers by providing an objective record of encounters. They argue footage increases trust, reduces misconduct, and helps clear officers falsely accused of wrongdoing. Many police departments already require body cameras. Federal agencies have inconsistent rules. Republicans say body cameras can be useful, but raise concerns about privacy, cost, and operational security, especially in sensitive federal missions. Still, polls show broad public support for expanded body camera use. What happens in the House? 7:40 to 9 o'clock. Now the bill heads to the House of Representatives, where these demands could determine its fate. House Democrats may attempt to amend the bill, delay it, or block it unless their conditions are met. House Republicans argue changes could weaken enforcement and delay critical funding. If the House and Senate cannot agree, lawmakers risk a government shutdown, a scenario both parties publicly say they want to avoid, but politically, neither wants to blink first. Why this matters to Americans 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. This debate isn't just about budgets. It's about power, accountability, and trust. Supporters say the funding deal keeps America secure. Critics say unchecked enforcement threatens civil liberties. As the House takes up the bill, the nation watches closely. The outcome could reshape how federal agents operate and how Americans experience law enforcement long after this funding fight ends.